I got involved in the RKC a few years ago, and along the way, I met the next presenter. And I'm from down south, and we have an expression down there that sometimes when you meet somebody who's really good at something, they've forgotten more than you know about a given subject. And Riff has literally forgotten more about physical fitness, physical activity, strength, conditioning, all of that sort of stuff than I know, or than I have ever known. Because he's been in the game for nearly as long as I've been alive. So I like to play the old card with him sometimes. He started real young. He's been a competitive, very high-level competitive gymnast, competitive bodybuilder, endurance athlete, ultramarathon, competitive powerlifter. Got involved in the RKC in 2005 with a lot of mileage and some injuries. Started the first kettlebell gym in the United States that we know of in 2003, which is Giria. And incredibly smart guy. He's able to take really complicated stuff in terms of training and periodization and kinesiology and all that sort of stuff and make a big guy from the country like me understand it. He's one of my first call people when I have a question about something that I don't know or don't understand, because I know that if he doesn't know, he can point me in the right direction to something that he's already forgotten, because he's that smart. So Master Instructor Mark Rifkin.
The bell to your body. Remember one of the first things I said, that the lats are the bridge between everything, between your upper body and your lower body, but specifically between your arm and your hip. So when you go down and you grab the bell, remember this action, this action. You pull down, you lift up. So you just there, and then your back, your hips are loaded, and then you stand up. Now also, what keeps the arm in close to the body? Lats. So when you have people that deadlift and the lats, I don't even like doing that because that's going to hurt. But if you've got a really heavy barbell or a moderately heavy barbell, or you're picking up the recycling bin and you go to pick it up and you don't activate your lats and the weight swings out in front, every inch the bell out in front of you is 10 pounds more in your back. So what do? You have to, it's intent. Pulling down, lifting up. So everybody get in nice medium stance. Bell should be between your arch, between your feet, not too far in front, because that way you have to sit back. So sit back, grab the bell. Now without lifting up, statically pull the weight in, flex your lats and arch your back. Don't lift yet, feel it. The weight should still be on the floor. You should feel your hips. Now push through your heels and stand up. Now at the top, keep pulling the weight in, keeping your hips extended. Okay, you feel that? You feel your lats? Okay, put it back down on the ground. And just feel this. Pull the weight off the ground, just your lats. Just your lats. Just your lats. Okay, good. Stand on up. Do you feel that? That's the connection you have to make before you pick something up off the ground that's heavy or moderately heavy. I'm very honored that Pavel had me help him with his deadlift. Okay? And he was in our garage gym with Brett, and we were working on his deadlift, and I showed him that technique, which you think is obvious, but sometimes when you're at elite level, the obvious gets, like David said, sometimes you forget what you knew. So making that connection, and then you can really drive with your hips, made a huge difference. So that's the lats in the deadlift. When you set up for the deadlift, that's what you need to do, is you need to make that connection first. Pull the chest up, pull the shoulder down. Now, the bridge between the arm and the shoulder, the muscle inserts up here. When it contracts and this part's free, you're not holding onto a chin bar, sucks the shoulder down into the socket, pulls the shoulder back into the socket. That is hugely protective of the shoulder. I'm not going to go into shoulder anatomy because that's even more complicated. But the bottom line is when the shoulder floats up, the biceps get smashed at the roof of the shoulder. So using your lats, we'll get into this more in the press, using your lats to pull your shoulders down into the socket is crucial.